Greetings, my dear outraged folks, long-suffering taxpayers, and fellow resistors in this ecosystem of national madness. Today we're going to dissect the latest gem of the official narrative, that strange obsession of the current administration, with believing that if you don't applaud their failures, you're a traitor to the country, to soccer, and even to gravity itself. Well, from the president's office, they're trying to sell the idea that any citizen with half a brain who dares to criticize the government is actually the worst kind of villain, someone who wants to ruin the party. If you're expecting me to talk about the World Cup opening ceremony, the celebration, the confetti, and how beautiful everything looks from the privileged box seats, you've got the wrong channel. Here, I don't sell hype or institutional spin or the empty stories told daily from the seat of power. Here we dissect the spectacle. Because let's be honest, that's what it is. It's what they try to sell us, while the real country, the one ordinary people live in, keeps crumbling among the rubble of a cardboard narrative. Let's get to it. We're experiencing levels of shamelessness that no longer require political analysis, but rather a psychiatric one. The logic, if you can even call it that, is circular and pathetic. If you protest, if you're a mother searching for the disappeared, if you're a worker owed your severance, if you're a farmer, if you work in transport, or simply if you dare to point out corruption, then you're a puppet of the far right, whatever that means. It's fascinating, in the most ironic and toxic sense of the word, to see how the current regime tries to recycle the same groups they themselves used to destabilize previous governments. It turns out that now, according to the National Palace, the Senti, the doctors, the farmers, the environmentalists, etc., those who used to be the heroes of the popular cause are now external agents manipulated by critics of the system. The lady who occupies the presidential office insists on dividing us into two sides. The good ones, those who applaud everything, and the bad ones, those of us who want Mexico to do well, but realize that the government is doing everything very badly. Without a doubt, this attempt to link the national team's first victory with the approval of her administration is pathetic, to say the least. Her words are some of the dumbest things you can hear from a so-called statesman. I quote, "For those of us who love Mexico, things go well for us on the field, in life, and in politics. A huge joy. Congratulations to all the people of Mexico," commented the intellectually deficient lady during the press conference on June 12. While up there they insist that those who bet against Mexico always lose, the truth is that reality takes care of punching them right in the face. It's an exercise in pure cynicism. Who are really the ones betting against Mexico? The citizens who demand results, or the government that has handed over a country to organized crime? Where even in international recommendations there are maps where embassies advise reconsidering travel plans due to the high risk in states governed by the same ruling party. The truth is much simpler, even if it's hard for them to accept. We can love our green jersey, we can enjoy the tournament, we can celebrate a goal, and at the same time, we can and should curse the inefficiency, corruption, and complicity with organized crime. In fact, it's the only way to stay sane in this open-air madhouse. Presidenta Claudia has given us a pearl of cynicism worthy of study. In her eagerness to protect her ideal Mexico, the one that looks so beautiful in TV commercials and postcards, she has declared that social media is pure virtual reality. According to the official dogma, if it's not in her press conference, it doesn't exist. If there are videos of repression, protest by searching mothers, or the palpable discontent in the streets, well, those must be bots paid with millions. Chachis insists that the world saw a joyful, united, and peaceful Mexico. Of course, if you put on some Instagram filter glasses and close your eyes to reality, then sure. While the government was showing off happiness, the searching mothers with a pain that no propaganda can cover were protesting at the Angel of Independence and around the Estadio Azteca. That's not in the script, is it? Not to mention the urban chaos, where the multifaceted reality that the government refuses to acknowledge included clashes, repression, and a governance that, let's say, was on vacation. Or it was in party mode, like that other idiot Samuel Garcia says. It's fascinating to see how the current government, heir to the fourth transformation, whatever that means, has become the architect of its own grave. While the world focuses on the ball rolling, Mexican reality continues to be written with blood, absences, and injustice. while people chant Cielito Lindo with their faces painted in tricolor and applaud in the stadium outside in the real Mexico, the number of missing people keeps growing in a count that seems to have no end. The reality is that the government inherited a structure, a narco state, that, although it wasn't built yesterday, was consolidated under the doctrine of hugs, not bullets, of the jackass from Macuspana. It's a cruel joke to see how a World Cup is shielded for the international photo, while the average Mexican suffers extortion, kidnapping, executions of journalists and families, and dispossession firsthand. How do you explain that in a press conference? Well, you don't explain it, you cover it up. They use the PAC esperantos encontrar los restosicos, the bot farms, and all the propaganda machinery so that the official narrative sounds louder than the cries for help from the mothers who have spent years walking and digging through the earth of this country with their bare hands, hoping to find the remains of their children. The strategy has always been the same. Those in power prefer to live in their bubble of privilege, ignoring that the dismantling of this rotten system will come, and it will come from outside, where they investigate what is swept under the rug here. Don't take too long, President Trump. Let's not be mistaken. The success of the sporting event, the celebration at the Angel, is not the merit of this government. It is and always will be in spite of them. Mexicans embrace joy because it's the only thing we have left as therapy in the face of the country's destruction. We want the fourth transformation government, not Mexico, to fail in their plans to dismantle the republic. Because if things go well for them, things go terribly for us. But let the message be clear. Our ability to enjoy life and soccer doesn't depend on presidential permission or on them stopping their mediocre rhetoric to divide. We will continue to denounce every scam, every failure, and every case that links them to organized crime. And when the tournament is over, when the spotlight on the field goes out, we will still be here, denouncing, resisting, and above all, demanding a country that is not a parody of itself. If that means being one of the bad guys, then I'm one of the bad guys. Long live the resistance. Damn it!
Remember that you can make your donations via PayPal. You can find the information in the comment section. Thanks to you, this channel remains active. It's very important to subscribe, like, and press the bell to receive notifications whenever there's new content. Thank you.